kids, Mark Miller here. Welcome everybody. Last Matt, you are first for once. Holy cow, look at that. Look at you, Last Matt. Welcome. Let's jump right into it. We're going to pick up where we left off a while back. We were working on saving throws. I think about a week ago, maybe a little more. I was just actually reviewing. I went in here and I was looking at my breakpoints. I've got all these disabled breakpoints right where we left off. So I thought, good. The situation is this. We have a spell that we can cast that causes damage. For example, Tidal Wave. So Tidal Wave causes 4d8 bludgeoning damage. Creature in the air must make a dexterity saving throw. On the failed save, the creature takes that damage. On a success, creature takes half as much damage and isn't knocked prone. I want to implement that. And I want to implement that with our creatures, our in-game creatures. And whoever's targeted, for example, we may go in and say, let's target the two bad guys with that Tidal Wave. And so they've got to throw a saving throw afterwards. So the attack looks like this. The damage is 19, and now we got to roll the saving throws. I think we have it so the saving throws are going to roll for Tenyor and Benjis. I think after the die are cleaned up, I suppose. Let's the die clean up. We also have, because I cast a spell, there's another roll that needs to come out. None of them came out. Oh, wait, there's one. That's the saving throw roll. So they both ran saving throws, but there's this 4 that showed up that doesn't make sense. And comparing, it should be against the 15. That's what it should be comparing against up there. My spell save DC, right up in the upper left corner of the screen there underneath the word charisma. That's what they need to be rolling higher than. And then we have to then take it to the next step. And yeah, there we go. Okay, all the die are coming out. It was just a little bit of a delay there. Okay, and the wild magic check, which is needed as well. So we need to apply the damage, and we need to apply it intelligently and make all that work, which means we need to get the roll data back. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to enable my breakpoints. And we'll just repeat what we just did one more time. I'll maybe cast a different spell. I'll do Fireball. Fireball, same thing. Dexterity saving throw. Target must make a 90. Target takes 96 on failed or half as much on successful. So here we go. We'll roll it. Okay. So we're here in what? Dice stop rolling. And the damage, the type is damage only. Do we have a spell? We do. We get the spell. It's very serious today, kids. That's Coding Gorilla. You cannot mess with that code he kicks out there. He just does this and the code comes out of there. Let's just get this out of the way. Nice. Good morning, Coding Gorilla. If it's morning your time, happy time zone wherever you are. Where do all the spells come from? Yes, the spells. Let me show you where the spells are. So this is Dungeons and Dragons. I found some data somewhere. I took the data and threw it into an Excel or a Google spreadsheet. Let me open it up for you so you can see it. All the spells are here. Now we could make up our own as well. There's nothing that stops you from doing homebrew related things. Fireball's in here. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want right here. Fireball. So there's Fireball. And let's do a, what is it? Which one of these has freeze in it? Freeze. There it is right there. Freeze. One row. All right, so now we get the top piece here, and I think we've frozen the left side as well. Yeah, so, oh, except for it took us away from Fireball. There it is right there. 6 p.m. over there. Last Matt. Must be over there somewhere in the UK-ish, my take on it, or east of that. Yeah, so the spells are all coming EU. Yeah, so spells are all coming from here. I added this column called index. Whoops, you can't see it. Let's clear down the some of the stuff here. It's not clearing because I'm at a breakpoint. Let's run it a second. We'll answer this question. We'll come back here and we'll do this again. All right, let's clear these down. We're still at the breakpoint. Collection was modified. Oh, that's okay. That sometimes can happen. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the chili. Texas here. Thanks for the chili con carne. You're in Texas. Yeah, no kidding. Tex-Mex. And I'm just continuing to run past all of those there. Okay. So let's, I want to do, I think, what was I trying to do? Let me clear down the, clear the spell as well. Okay. I totally lost track where was what I was going to show. Oh, yeah, I know, in the spells over here. So now I got the spells up. I added the index column right here. That was just to differentiate. In a couple cases, I had the same name, but I had two different versions of it, so I could put a 0 and a 1 there. Is what I could do. Coding Gorilla did not invent chili con carne, but you did invent Tex-Mex, right? Right? It's fair to say that. Last man says, I just picked you as a representative. I'm going to pick you too as a representative of that as well. So thank you as well for the Tex-Mex. I've had the best Tex-Mex in the world in Texas. Okay, so then just the data here, what level of the spell is, what school of magic it is. Other kinds of pieces are in here as well. I added then these pieces here, which are essentially events that are triggered and fired off and that execute code using our expression evaluator. Nice, Coding Gorilla. Coding Gorilla's wife is Mexican, he's Texan, do the math. Perfect. Yeah, perfect combo. There you go. Sounds yummy. Coding Gorilla's house. Going there for dinner. So that's, so on preparation complete, Fireball does a bunch of this stuff. I'm thinking about adding some more, one or two more columns to specifically handle what happens on a failed save versus a full save. So, for example, yeah, I'm thinking about adding two columns here, on fail save, on successful save. Let's do it now. Let's just do it. So let's do this. Let's, I want to actually put it right here. So we'll insert two columns here. One of the columns we're going to say is on failed save. And over here we're going to say on successful save. Like that. Okay? Got to get back down to Fireball. So Fireball on a failed save, probably something to the effect of give all targets full damage. Or no. Give I'm going to make it be give target full damage. And now the question is, does this call, I guess this is called for each target that fails. So let's make a note of that. Called once for each target that fails the saving throw. Okay, that can work. And then on a successful save, and I think what I want to do is I just want to say, just this, in the simple case, right here, this is give target half damage, I suppose. This is the case in most things. In fact, because it's the case in most things, most spells that cause damage, this is the rule in D&D. If you save, if it's a successful save, you take half damage. I'm almost wondering if this is the right way to do this. I'm playing with it. Part of the problem, or I guess part of my hesitancy, is that if I do this, I am going to have to do this for every single spell. I'll have to put these 2 lines of code everywhere. The thing is that sometimes it might look like this. Come on. Knock prone. Something like that as well. Or maybe change state to, it might look like that, prone. Or change not state, maybe the word would be condition. Change condition to prone. So this might happen too in some cases. And if you successfully save, you not knocked prone, for example. I think that's the case for tidal wave. If we look at tidal wave, let's see. Yeah. You're either knocked prone or not. So that's kind of the common piece right here. I'm also thinking about another way of doing this too. But I'm not sure. Got a dog in here? Ooh, can you let that dog out if that's what that dog wants? Okay, thanks. So I don't know. This is one way to do it, but it's kind of a lot of work. I have to do this for every single one. The other option I have here, I can solve this another way. Which, if we assume that these two are always the same, it's always going to be full damage on a failed save, half on a successful. I think there may be some cases where in a successful save you get nothing at all, no damage at all in some spells. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do this for now. It's the most flexible. It does require more work, but I'm going to do this for now. And later, as we learn more about it, we may change that. So let me copy this. Let's get rid of that right there for this one because that's Fireball. Fireball does not have that, just to confirm. Yeah, it's just damage on, that's all it is. And then let's go down to, what was the other one we were just looking at? Tidal wave. And we'll add those two for tidal wave. Right here, paste those in. So here we go, in tidal wave, knock front. Okay. I think that'll work. So next we need give target full damage, give target half damage, and change condition to. We need those 3 functions we need to add. To add those, I'm going to stop running this app. Before I shut it down, though, let's start hiding some things so we don't see a lot of things blocking on screen. There we go. All right, let's close down the app. And so now we want to go into the D&D core, go into expressions, go into functions, and we're going to add a new function here. I'm just going to grab any one of them, use it as a prototype, duplicate it, Basically, I just want to get to here. Give target full damage. Is this one. And the downside is that means we're going to have to, for every target, we're going to have to go call this, but I don't think performance-wise it'll be a big deal. I think it'll be fine. Okay. And then I don't need this. Expecting arguments, there's 0 in here. And we're going to need to, I'll just put a to do in here, get the full damage and the damage type. Yeah, you know what I just thought I figured out I can do? I can do something like this. So if I have to do something special, I fit this, I put these lines of code in here. But if I don't, like for example, back in Fireball, I just leave them empty. And so I'll check to see if they're empty in advance. And if they're both empty, then I'm going to do this behavior by default. I'm going to just do that behavior by default. But if there's something there, then we're going to go do them. That's what we're going to do. Once for each target, fails the saving throw. Leave empty to give that target full damage. Okay, and actually this one over here, I want to do something similar. Passes the saving throw. Give the target half damage. Nice. Look at that. Let's edit this to cool. Okay, I feel better about that. Now we can just leave these mostly empty, and if we have any special cases, then we can go fill out those special cases, like if we're going to knock them prone or something along those lines. So we've added give target full damage. We need to give the target half damage as well, like that. And it's going to be gives the target full damage from the last, I guess it would be spell attack, magic attack, spell, magic attack. No parameter going in. That's give target full damage. Let's duplicate that and create a give target half damage, like that. Whoops, add, I meant that to be give. Give target half damage. Give half the damage and the damage type. So it's got to be the specified damage type, because the reason why is because, like, if I was attacking with fireball against a fire elemental, that fire elemental I think has resistance or even immunity to certain kinds of damage. So fire can't harm a fire elemental. So there's those two pieces we've added. I have another one in here, change condition to, and I think I want to rename this to change target condition to, and we'll say that that's going to be prone there. So we need one more of these, and change target condition to, set target condition. Actually, let's change this to set target condition. Add, wait. condition. I'm going to call it set, and I'll have another one called clear. It's going to expect an argument, one argument coming in here. This, by the way, argument should be 0. And set to the target. Adds the specified condition to the target. And then I want another one called clear target condition as well. Clears, removes, specified, oops, I don't want half damage there. Hold on a second. Condition, it's going to be clear target. Condition, and expecting arguments 1. I want one there, one up here. I want to specify what those arguments are using the param. And this is going to be a type of condition, I think. Conditions. Just double check that. Yep. So prone is one of those. I want to make sure. Somewhere in here I've got an enum. In here. I want to go check to see if I've got an enum with passing in conditions to it. I do, right here. So that means, by adding that, that means that it's going to know what prone is. When it sees it out there, when it sees it here, it's going to know what prone is. I just have to make sure, I think that I get the case correct on that. Let's go jump into conditions again. Is it with an uppercase? It is. Initial cap. Good. Okay, so I renamed that. Let's go fix that. It's now set target condition. Prone. Let's finish this up. Condition. Codebase Alpha is with us in the house. 12 months. Subscription. Boom! There he is, kids. Coming in right up here. Circle the planet in position. Oh my God. Gone from the intro, but Codebase Alpha's here with us. Mystic Soda says, damn nice music. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's always fun when Codebase Alpha shows up. String looking extra sharp tonight. I got about 4,000 kilobits per second upload is what it says here. So good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, condition, the condition set. And that is definitely required. This is going to be the condition to clear. Codebase Alpha, if you're just joining us, we are in the process of kind of getting this full circle thing going. When I cast a spell in Dungeons and Dragons, and it requires a saving throw, where we're going to roll the saving throw for the bad guys or the targets. If they pass their saving throw, they're going to take half damage, or they're going to execute some code here. That we've got up in this space. Why did I jump to the top all of a sudden? It was not happy for me. Fireball? Nope, we were down at Tidal Wave. We just added that down to Tidal Wave. There it is right there. So if they fail to save, we can maybe execute code. If there's no code here, we're going to by default give them full damage. And if there's no code on the successful save side, we're going to by default give them half damage. But if there is code here, we're going to execute this instead. So we just added these 3 commands: give target full damage, give target half damage, set target condition to prone. That's what we're doing right now. YouTube link. YouTube link, Mystic Soda, you're looking for YouTube link to the music. No, that music is coming from elements.envato.com. And I came in here to the music, and I don't know how I got it. I suppose I could look for party music, and I select logos and idents, so something short here. And I just went through, found it. Like that.
The girls and the boys, come on. The boys and the girls, come on.
All right, that might be a future one right there. I kind of like it. Or just that.
Audio Jungle.
Nice. Yeah, so that's all that's happening there. I'm just grabbing something there, getting some music, and that's how I'm doing it. I got a subscription over here to Envato Elements, so that's where I'm getting. In fact, even the music you're listening to here is coming from that subscription as well. That should be used for sex positive. You're right. Does sex positive need yet another fanfare? I still owe one to Mr. Smoofy. I got to get one to Mr. Smoofy first. So, yeah, I don't. That's the. But thanks for asking about that, Mystic Soda. Yeah, there'll be no need for a Dungeon Master at all soon since Codebase Alpha. So what have you been doing while I've been hiding in my holes? Well, let me show you what we've been doing. We've got really cool things set up here. So if we want to roll like a skill check for like say, oh, am I not running? What's going on? I'm not running. I closed down the app. Should I start it out? Yeah, I guess I'll start it out. I'll start up in another thing. I'll kind of do two things at once here. I'm going to start up this app from just by directly invoking it from a push button, and I think that I did hit that button. It's going to start up now. There it is. I think that's it. Is it up? It feels like it's up. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, so there it is. We're up and running. And so what have we been doing? So we got this really cool way of indicating who's going to be rolling. So if I want to do a skill check, for example, for some players up here, and I'm the DM, let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my Stream Deck button right here, right? This is a virtual version of this thing in real life right here. And all I do is I say, okay, let's say I want Fred, Lady, and Little Cutie to roll it. I just hit those buttons right there, and now I've got a visual indicator that they're going to roll the dice for this check. And then I just hit the check that I want to do, like say, for example, Intimidation. And they roll, they fly off, and the die come in. If you haven't seen that, I'm really liking that. It's very cool stuff, right? And there's the Intimidation check based on a hidden threshold that they have to roll above, right there. The hidden threshold is something that I can set in here, so I can make it like very low. For example, for the skill check, I could say, let's make it be like 8 for the skill check. So I just hit 8, and then the skill check button up there. Come back down over here. Let's get another set in here. Let's give Fred this time, let's give him advantage on the roll, right? Let's give Lady disadvantage, and we'll give me disadvantage as well, and we'll give Little Cutie advantage. And so there, we can kind of change these things up. You can see what's going on just hitting the buttons here. So real cool visual of what's about to happen. We are, and if you haven't seen this, and this is code we just wrote last week, we are using one resource just for the animated dragons. It's 30 frames of animation, that's it. But we are changing the frame rate. So notice that guy over there is flapping his wings really fast. And this guy's flapping them really slowly. So we're changing the frame rate. The die show up in front of the players. So Fred's die is over there. This is my die right here, right? Let's give me advantage. Let's give everybody advantage here. Boom, boom. We'll bring Miles into it as well, right? And then we just hit the roll. In other words, Code Rush is amazing. Well, thank you very much. We're working on it. We're trying to get to this level. We're color shifting the dragons using our color shifting engine that we built, right? We're doing that. What else are we doing? The fire is there too. They're randomly breathing fire out. We're scaling them, changing the frame rate, all of those things. we have, to make this work, we've actually got a couple layers here. There's the back layer of the dragon and the front layer of the hands that show up in front of the dice. And those are just synchronized right there. Those are running at the same frame rate on top of each other. And the slowdown GPU issues are a thing of the past. Yeah, they are, because I upgraded my machine to, you know, one of the greatest beasts you can get for a relatively, you know, not insane amount of money. And it's running at 30%. It's the number one sound, or the number one graphics card available at the time I bought it, which was a couple months ago. So that's, yeah, it's barely breaking a sweat. I know. It's taunting me to do more. And then again, when I do the roll, let's do like a nature check. I just hit the button, they fly, and everything goes. So we did that. That I think was pretty successful. The next thing we did that I don't think was as successful, but I'll show it to you. When I go, like, so let's say I queue up for Chaos Bolt right here, we bring the additional die up. This I don't think looks as good. I want it to look actually springy. And I think I'm going to have to write some physics code to make this really look springy. I don't like how that looks. And I hate how the letters here are just static. But they do tell you what's going on. So if I was going to do, like, for example, a fireball, it's 96 of fire damage. So it tells you that right there. Or if we were going to go into Miles, he's got a spell called Ice Storm right there. Oh, looks like we got a bug with Ice Storm. Yeah, dang it. Dang, dang, dang. I don't like bugs. Let's bring up Ice Knife a second. Let's bring up Ice Storm again. That's looking good. Ice Storm now is going to work. I wonder if we had to bring... I wonder why that is. Yeah, it's a bug.
That's a bug.
You're right. I'm sorry about that. And it's a state bug too, meaning it doesn't always happen. So it's not bad. There's a little bounce there, but it's... And if it's only up for a little bit of time, it's not bad. But again, look, the bludgeoning, the cold, these aren't moving. And actually, whoa, we've got another bug here. That's not cold, that's the advantage die right there. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I'd like to think I write better code than this. I like to think that. But in this case, I did not. That 46 cold is definitely there. Let's take up advantage for a second. Yeah, what is going on with that 46 cold? Is that a bug from something else? Let's bring up Fred. Let's say Fred's going to use his dagger instead. Yeah, the 46 cold, that's just like there. That's from something before. So I bet that the first bug where that thing came up without the die is related to this. I bet that's all fixed in one. Let me just take a screenshot. Let's just crop it in there. You've got a kind of sense of where that problem is. Hopefully I can find that just by reviewing the code. So anyway, that's it. It's not bad. If it's only up for a little bit, I'm okay with it. But the longer it's up on screen, the more I really want that D4 piercing text to be moving, and the more I want to have realistic spring-like physics for the dice that are all hanging. Yeah, it's not a D6. Did I miss that part too? Well, yeah, definitely the bottom one is not a D6. That's a D20. Yeah. Somehow this thing, I think, was up first, and I think that it never got cleaned up because it wasn't attached to a die, is what I think. All right. So yeah, slowdown, GPU issues are a thing of the past. They absolutely are. All right. Let's roll that attack. One more time, you can see. So that's what we've been up to. And no die?
Look at that damage.
Did I switch? Oh, you know what? I switched to a page that doesn't have the die roller on it because somebody said that's a bug, and we didn't have the die roller on it. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Let's go back over, close this down. and we'll keep going in this original intended direction, even though I found those other bugs. What exactly are the springing characteristics of magic lightning? Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a bungee cord. I just want to say, I want to basically, and what would be really cool is using guard clauses, I see. I'm not sure what you're talking about it. Guard clauses. Is that another file maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, expecting arguments. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's there so that if I'm making mistakes in the code, I get some sort of, I think, what do? I throw an exception? Yeah, I throw an exception and then I catch it up above and explain what's going on to you know, whoever wrote the code, to me. All right, so I want to take all of these. I've just added, so I've added give target full damage, give target half damage. I've got to-dos to say actually do this. Set target condition, clear target condition. This one's to do. Set the target condition. Set the target's condition. And also there's another to do here. Get the condition. This one's going to be get the condition clear and then clear the target's condition. Okay, excuse me. All right, let's move all these to their own files. All I have to do is just declare them as a descendant of D&D function, and they're going to be automatically registered. Okay, so just using code rush here, hitting the code rush key, saying move type to file, hitting escape to get back, hitting the code rush key, move type to file. Now I've moved these all to their own files. Okay. Next, I think we're going to run. No, wait. I need to trigger the event. I need the event trigger code in here. Let's cancel the build. Let's go find some stuff called starting with the word trigger. I got a bunch. Trigger dispel. Trigger player. Yeah, I want to be over in this space here. So we're in spell right here. And I've just added 2 events to it here in the spreadsheet. On failed save and on successful save. So in order to make those work, I need to go find another event like this one, and it's just a string. Okay? So the way we're declaring an event here is we're using this attribute D&D event, which we built. This is our own custom attribute just to mark it as an event. We're also marking it as a column, meaning that we're going to be able to find a column out here with that name on preparation complete somewhere. I think there it is right there, on preparation complete. So that corresponds to this. It appears to be that the column is case insensitive in the match, because this is not a case exact match to that. So that seems like we're okay. So now what I want to do is, when I say seems like we're okay, seems like we're okay continuing that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do on, do I want to call this on failed save or on target fails save? Way better. On target fails save. So I'm going to duplicate this. And we'll start that with an uppercase. And let me just tab the next reference on this one. Looks like we've got, oh, here's where the case insensitive stuff gets passed through. So the spell TDO is probably what's read, and this is probably what's written back out, and it's probably written back out in a case insensitive way, is my guess. So we need to go declare this. So I'm just going to drill in to find that, duplicate that, paste in there, jump back. Let's continue our search. Got another one here. This is slightly different in that it's converting from an existing player. It's cloning. Wait, where is it getting it from? Yeah, it's cloning to create a new spell from this spell. So we're inside the spell class. So it's just transferring over property to property. So got that one. Copy the next reference, continue all the way down. Look, update spell events. Okay, looks like we need to do the same thing here. And I'm just gonna paste that in, give it an uppercase O. Continue to tab the next reference, and then we're back out to here. So one more time, all the way through. Target failsafe below there. We don't have a target failsafe trigger here, so let's duplicate this. Trigger target fails save. Like that. This is going to be on target fails save. I'm okay with that. The one thing about this though is that should be called for each target individually, I think, or no. Maybe just call it once, give it a list of targets. Here's the deal. Target looks singular here, but if we go into it, it can have a list of creatures inside of it. Maybe I'm not going to put any constraints on it. The target will be able to support a list of creatures. We're just going to do that. So target failsafe is done, I believe. I wanted to check the other, hold on, where is it? This guy on preparation complete. I want to see everywhere that showed up. Only those two places. Excellent. Okay, so we've got on target failsafe, good. Now we need on target saves. That's what I think I'm going to call it. Okay, so on target failsafe, and then we're going to duplicate this and have on target saves. Like that. Let's come up here, select all of that, duplicate it, paste in, come back down, drill into that, duplicate. So now we've got that event loading up. Duplicate this on trigger target saves. Good. And we just need to call those two. Trigger target saves, trigger target fails save. Okay, so we need to call these two on spell. I think we're good. Now I think we run it. It's interesting. Yesterday I had some speed problems yesterday. Let's get rid of that 46 cold, by the way. That I believe is in the front overlay. If I turn that off and refresh it, I'm going to refresh all of these layers here and the dragon back overlay as well. Okay. So now we've got the breakpoint set. Let's go back into it again. Let's bring up some bad guys. Let's target those bad guys. Last Matt says, 2 days ago, Twitch gave me a 98% package loss, but my internet was fine. Right, pizza orders settling in for an evening of Code Rush. All right, Codebase Alpha. Let's make it good, gosh darn it. Let's do it. All right, so yeah, what kind of pizza? Pass some of that in. Okay, by the way, to show you, let's come over here. Let's show you what's going on with those by just adding those string properties and adding on, let's go to spell a second. Here we're in spell. By adding the D&D event property here, that means on the code page, it should show up. So if we grab Fireball, oh wait, not Fireball, Tidal Wave, that's where we put it in. There we go, look, there's our code. On target saves, see that? Isn't that sweet? Already there, so we can edit it, make changes here if we want to. So that event is right here listed automatically. Veggie Supreme, oh man, veggies always scare me. I get scared of veggies. Send it to you via drone. Everybody's so nice here. So anyway, that's super cool. This is an architectural, decision, right? Notice how easy that was. All of this was added today. These two columns were added today. You just saw me write the code to add it. I did put this in here, and now I have built-in support for the event here. I can even set a breakpoint on it too when it comes in if I want to automatically break into the code. So kind of when that event fires. So pretty cool. We don't have this code working yet, and we don't have anybody calling this yet. So we need to make that part work. So let's do that. Let's do the roll again. And let's see when we get back. We might have to go down to TypeScript to make some changes to see what's going on over in TypeScript land. But let's do that. Let's roll the dice. I got my two kids up there.
Genescu 7, where are you? We need your help. Oh, alright.
This does not look good. This does not look good. You call me honey or hottie?
Here, I am.
I think you call me hottie. Genescu 7 is showing up.
Oh, wow, that's cloudy.
Yeah, it's cloudy with the chance of meatballs.
Back.
Everybody thought we were listening. Did we have that up still? I closed it down. Hold on. Grab one of my earphones here. We were like listening to, came in here, we did a search for music. I searched for the word party. And what was it? The logos on iDance. And which one was it? It was this one, I think.
The girls and the boys, come on. The boys and the
Somebody
girls.
said this should be your intro music. When you come in with fanfare music.
And shake your body,
Kevin,
everybody.
Yeah, you.
The girls and the boys, come on. The boys and the girls.
Yeah, I gotta kind of, spice
The
it
girls
up.
and the boys, come on. The boys and the girls.
She's gone. Just like that. Is it still no fire, or did we manage to convince her? Yeah, there's probably no fire. There's probably still no fire. But that doesn't say anything about CO2 smoke. I'm share that link, please. Oh, you want this link right up here? I can give you that. It's not really linked to this. Wait, hold on. This one? Yeah, there it is right there. Is that what you want? So another alien massacre. Yeah, okay. What are we doing? We're gonna try and fire off. We wanna get to our breakpoints and see where we go. So let's do that. I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave since we got the events on it. Here comes Tidal Wave. Let's through the screen off before we get to our events, so we at least get some of those out of the way. Okay. Notice our dice are up there, kind of blocking the screen. So let's see. We're checking to see if it's a damage only. Yes, it is. And we're down here and we're saying, hey, is it a saving throw spell? Yes. Then we're going to in-queue the saving spell throw. The damage, I need to check our damage to make sure we're collecting and we've got good damage here. I think it's in some variable called latest damage. Count is 1. Bludgeoning 14. Cool. So it tells me the type, bludgeoning, and it tells me the value, 14. That's important. I want to make sure we don't overwrite that, and I don't think we will in this sequence of events here. So we're going to enqueue that saving throw, a dexterity saving throw, for, that's me who just rolled it. I'm the spellcaster here. So let's run it. Here's the die roll. I got 2 die in here. One for Tanjore, labels for Tanjore with a creature ID of -1. And do I get another? Am I in a for loop? Wait, I'm sorry. It's there. The other one's for Benjisht, and his creature ID is -2. Okay, I've got 2. So that's in the action queue. Now we're going to dequeue that and execute that action. Execute queued dice roll. Here we go. There's 2 die going in there. Roll the dice. Here's where we seem to throw in an extra d20. And we're in queuing. What is this now? Oh, this must be the short to check wild magic. That's the other thing that comes in. Okay, good. So the d20 should come out. I don't see them. I don't see anything running those dice out there. What is this? You got to have another breakpoint here. Execute action, action DQ. DQ next action. I think enough time has passed that we were like, that other one should have rolled. But it doesn't look like it did. And this one's also not looking like it's rolling. It's like my 3D dice aren't rolling. I've seen this. Is it because we were at a breakpoint for a long time? I think that might be it. Let me do this. Let me just refresh everything one more time, and this time I'm not going to stay at the breakpoint so long, and see if that has any influence on it. Initialize only? Yeah. It's not, this is not working here. It's not working, meaning we've kind of seemed to have broken SignalR. I think if SignalR is not able to, not able to communicate for some amount of time, it breaks. And I think that holding it in that debug state can trigger that, I think. I'm not sure. Do we have some sort of project structure or anything? It feels like you work on it forever and ever, have only seen your text file where you mark your stuff. So is there project structure? I'm going to probably fail the answer to this question, is what I'm thinking. There's somewhat of a project structure. I'll give it to you right now. I'll give you the overview of this thing. The D&D core is the base level engine and classes that represent the D&D logic and the D&D engine. Okay? It includes support for functions that we've added for our expression evaluator. Okay, so we can call these functions and then extend or exploit the engine that we've already written and extend those from a Google Sheets. Speaking of Google Sheets, there's a file out here called Google Helper. It's got a file called Google Sheets, and there's a lot of stuff in here for just making it very easy to save object state out to a Google Sheet or load it. Okay, so these two are important there. D&D tests, these are tests of the core. And so these are the test cases that go out against pretty much this guy right here. D&D quality, I'm forgetting exactly. I haven't looked at this in a long time. What's going on here? I'm not sure. Oh, this is for quality checking values and coming back and saying, your data is maybe missing something. This is for checking the data. That's what this is. I haven't wrote, this has been like a long time ago. Okay. D&D UI, it's got some XAML UI is in here. Some stuff that's used up in the main app. This is the main application right here for the Dungeon Master, DHDM. This is the expression evaluator that we're using. Timeline control is another dedicated UI control that we're using. We built this here too. Bot core is for things for communicating with chat. So that's and then the closest thing I get to project structure is by grouping by folder within each of these projects. What those pieces are, like user controls, view models, Stream Deck commands, that sort of thing. Okay, so when I said at the beginning of this, at the beginning of answering the question, I probably am going to fail. What I meant was I'm probably not going to give you an answer that is going to give you like a high degree of confidence in the extreme levels of quality of what's going on here. Right? A lot of times what we do, because we're just doing this like, we're just doing this like part-time, right? A couple hours, 4 days a week. Because of that, sometimes we skip ahead to try to get good results at the sake of having maybe code that is less than ideal. Not always, but sometimes we do that. So anyway, that's it. That's kind of where we are. All right, I've restarted this. I'm going to now not spend so much time at a breakpoint when we get to one, and I'm just going to keep going and see if we have better luck this time. So again, we're going to, let's bring up our characters. Let's target both of those guys. Thanks for the overview. Hey, you're welcome, Last Matt. Yeah. All of this, by the way, is out, all the source code. No, the assets are not there, right? Because the assets are licensed, the vast majority of the assets are licensed, but all of the source code is out in this space right here. If you go to the Mr. Announcer bot, these are the tagged release pieces that are out here, but if you go straight to the code, you can get everything. I've have stuff checked in as of like, yesterday, I think. So all of that's checked in. So yeah, the cool thing is there is a fair degree of clever inside of here, right? There's clever that often leads to not having to write a lot of code to get a big benefit. So yeah, it's part of the announcer bot thing. So it's like, yes, I would be critical of this structure if we were trying to sell a product here, or if we were trying to get venture capital. I would be like, no, we need to improve the quality of this. We need to increase clarity by breaking into more pieces. For example, smaller pieces, more projects, that sort of thing. That's what I think where I would focus on that, right? Let's increase the quality of it. I would increase test cases, create more test cases, that sort of thing. Like we do not have, I've not been staying on top of test cases. I'm sure at this point, like many of them are failing. I've been aware of that, and part of the reason why I haven't done it is because watching me write test cases, I think is rarely exciting. The most exciting thing we've done with test cases is we've said, okay, well, here's what the test case should be. And in the case of D&D, the test cases are often pretty complicated and involve sequential setup of state. So we're like, here's the game, create a new game, add these players, start a combat, have this player roll initiative, have this player go first, this player go first next, this player go next. Now back to that player, this player's in rage. Check how much time has passed. Are they still in a rage state? Now you're finally doing your test, right? And that's what a test looks like. And it's generally a lot of code that you're writing before you get to actually the test. So, I have like, I guess, a dream of one day I'll go into those tests and I'll, go add more tests and I will clean them all up. But I just don't think it makes for a good show, watching me write tests. So as a result, quality there is low. But I do think it's good to at least, look, it's one thing to have low quality and know it, and it's an even worse situation to have low quality and not know it. And I think that in general, the areas of the product that are the areas of the project that are lower in quality, like the ones I'm talking about, I know those, right? I think for the most part, the bad parts are known. The bad parts that are yet to be discovered, I think, are few. I think, right? Let's cross my fingers for good luck, because you know we believe in luck, that sort of thing. So Kobe Sava is asking, so how many dead aliens when you appear in Disco 7? Yeah, fair enough. To be honest, looking at test cases compared to all the action graphics going on here is not as fun. I'm not criticizing the quality. I'm junior dev, so just curious. Well, you know what, Last Matt, I actually think that I get some of the best questions from the junior devs, right? Because they're often saying, well, here's what I've been taught. How do the goals that I've been taught, the criteria or the hoops that you have to jump through, how do those compare with what I'm seeing? So I think those are always great questions to ask. And I think, the answer I'm giving you is actually really typical of in-production code, of things you would often find in production. And when I say typical of it, what I mean is that it is often within code, you have sections that you know are not great and they need improvement. And the team knows that, right? In this case, I'm the team, right? And you have sections of code that you know are pretty good. They stand up pretty well. We're not discovering bugs in that space, right? And also there's a judicious application of resources to different areas. So say there's a really important feature, well, then we're going to put more resources there. Say there's something else that's maybe used less frequently, like an options page, maybe we're going to put one resource there instead. And that happens in real life all the time, these kind of decisions. And I've got similar decisions here on the show, although my criteria for what's included or not included or excluded from a show is essentially do I think it would be interesting to watch somebody code this? If I try to get if the answer is yes, then we go. That's where we go. But the other observation I want to make, you mentioned that it was really graphics heavy. It is difficult to do really good testing on graphics heavy things anyway. It's tough to do. It's just tough to do, is this showing up in the right place, that sort of thing. So the best thing to do is, like we did earlier, we saw a bug. I took a screenshot of the bug and to remind me, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a code review of that. And I'm going to go look at it, looking for opportunities. And this is something that is, I think, really useful. So sometimes a junior, a new dev will say, well, I tried to find the bug and I couldn't find it. And that's like the end of their story in their mind. And my response to that is, no, you review if you can't reproduce the bug, you review the code with ideally a second developer. So it's two people review the code. And if you still can't find it, or if you don't think you can find it, you think maybe you found it but you're not sure, you include diagnostics code. You add code to reveal data so that if the bug were to happen again, you can have access to that data to then give you insight into what the problem is. So you can write code, for example, that can throw a call stack out if you want to, or throw out data of objects, that sort of thing, values of objects, instances that are alive at the time. Those things are that more completes the story, right? If you can't reproduce, you still go in and you try to do those things. So yeah, a good discussion there on those, and great questions, Last Matt. I totally appreciate that. It's really good to get this kind of reflection on, from the person who's writing the code on, what do they think the state of their code is? Right? How good is it? There are parts that I think are really good. There are parts that we've relied upon. The engine that's drawing all these coins spinning is pretty good. It is pretty good. We are hitting it hard in a lot of ways, and it seems to be standing up to the hit. And we've written all of this from scratch. Everything here, including our physics engine, our two-dimensional physics engine is written from scratch. Our 3D dice, we're using 3JS, and we're using Canon.js for the physics in the three-dimensional world. But even there, we're sandwiching on top of the die and below the die two-dimensional graphics that travel with the die. So yeah, we've hit that hard and we for a long time, and it's held up well. Okay, so we're going to do that. We got the targets up there. I'm going to go cast Tidal Wave. And we're going to spend less time. Here comes the casted spell, 4d8 bludgeoning. We'll spend less time up here. And don't lose that signal R connection. I think I'm going to clear some of these breakpoints. I don't think I need this breakpoint right here. Just run. Keep going. And we'll clear the dice. Hit the button to clear that. Should get another breakpoint up here. There it is right there. In request shortcut, that's and also this one. This is a DQ. And execute queued dice roll. We already saw that. And this throws an extra d20. I gotta find that. I want to figure out that right there. Also, it says none saving throw right up here. Got to figure that out. Because the saving throw is wrong. Let's fix those two bugs because those are kind of minor and should be easy to fix. And then we can get to the next step. Okay. We cleared all our breakpoints. So all our breakpoints are cleared here now. Let's go into overlays only, this solution here. I'm going to go to the die roller. And let's do it. One of the things I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up any of these ESLint errors here. Like that. As I see them. Let's see. We've got something in here called, I think, please roll the dice. Please roll dice. And we prepare the roll, and then we call prepare legacy roll. This is what I believe is adding on. This is adding on the d20. And it's basically checking what the type of the roll is here. It's not this, not this, not this. I think it's not any of these. Here we ask if there's a d20 there, and we add it. Here's where I think we're going. And let's see. So if the roll scope is for the active player, I'm not sure what that roll scope is. Let's do this. Let's send it out. Send it out like that. It tells us which of these two blocks we're going into. This is going to fail. It's not an attack, so it won't add the die there. I'm pretty sure we're going into this place right here. I'm just going to do a little console log here, and there's a chance. Yeah, I don't think we're here. I think we're going in right here. I'm going to do this just to indicate that that's where I think we're going. I'll throw one more out here though, and actually. The same thing here. So we got those two console logs. Now that I have those there, I don't need this one. So let's clear that. Let's come over here. Let's bring up the die roller. Inspect. Got this shrunk down a little bit. Zoomed out a little bit. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go in to tidal wave, roll of the dice. Forgot to initialize it, but it looks like it's going anyway. Prepare legacy roll comes in. Did not get. Oh wait. Okay, so we're still good because we don't have the saving throw running yet. Let me do this to initialize that so we get rid of the text on it. And we cleared it. Now the saving throw should come out. There's the saving throw. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, see, there we are. Add dice, add d20s for player. So we've got each player coming in there, and we're adding it. Roll scope is individuals. And I've got, why do I have 3 d20s though here? That's, I'm wondering where I'm sending this out from. I think that's all after I've already added it. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. Okay. By the way, when I have 2 die rollers up, things start doubling up because I'm getting messages from this one on the stream and the one behind me in the window here. So that's why you may have seen extra things come out here. All right, so I'm coming in here, add d20s for player. It's individuals, right? That's what I saw here. No, it's the first one, not the arrow. I'm going into the first one. I'm going up here. This is where I am. Roll scope is active player. I kind of want to add a new roll scope to even get out of here. Let's do that. I think that's the easiest, fastest fix to this. Let's do that. All right, so let's go into roll scope. Individuals, active player, individuals, and then there's going to be one more scope, which is in-game creatures. Like that. All right, so let's go over into C# side of things. Let's look for roll scope. I'm going to close this up here a second. We're going to now change that to in-game creatures. Now we got to find out when we roll this. Execute Q die roll. There it is right there. Die roll's got a roll scope in here, I bet. There it is right there. Okay, so we need to, the die roll queued entry. We need to find where we create this for the saving throw. Oops, I bet it's that one right there. So now we're going to do this. I'm also going to say this. I'm going to say roll scope. Do I have it? I do. But wait, I don't have anything. I don't have any property here locally called roll scope. I see. I thought I did, but I don't. All right, let's go into roll type. Let's go in and create a roll scope. And this is equal to roll scope dot. I'm wondering if I should have a none as well in here. Maybe I'll default it to active player since that's the first one. Okay, let's go look at where roll type is used as well. Here. I think that's going to fix it. That should get rid of the extra D20. Let's try it. So let's start here. I'm going to refresh on the stream. We'll test it live on the stream. In the stream overlays. We'll close this down for now, so we don't have multiple messages coming in. Title it. Let's clear the dice. And okay, there's the wild magic. Oh, I didn't target any creatures. Let's target the creatures. All right, creatures are targeted. One more time, tidal wave. Go. Clear the dice. Now we should see. Good. No D20. That's what I want. All right. None saving throw. What's up with that? Where's it getting the word none from? Saving throw. We need to look. Search for the word saving throw down here. I'm just going to do this without quotes, but with the space between the two. Here it is. So we've got a call in here. Where are you? There it is. Get saving throw name. So it's coming in dice roll data dot saving throw. Maybe I'm not just setting that. Is that my problem? Maybe that's my problem. Yeah, I think I'm not saving it. I'm not setting it on the way down. So let's go back up here. I actually saw a comment here. Let's set a breakpoint there. Do you know by any chance how long approximately you've worked on this D&D app so far? Yeah, so we do 4 shows a week, go about 2 hours every day, and we've been doing that. We started doing 4 shows. We used to do 3 shows a week. We started doing 4 shows a week, I think this year in January or something like that, around that February time. And we've been doing that for about 1-2 years. I think about 2 years. So that's how long we've been working on this. So a while, like definitely over the period of time. I think about 2 years we've been doing this. So pretty cool. Okay, roll the dice. Here's where I want to set it. And does the dice roll Q entry have that? It does not have the saving throw ability. Wait. Though it's got a descendant. Let's check the descendant of this thing. It's just got a spell name. That's it. All right, I think I'm going to have to shut it down and add that. So let's do that. We need something type ability. Call it saving throw like that. Let's see where we create this. we get the spell name. We set the spell name here. Do we have... Oh, we have the ability right there. Wait, what's going on here? Edge saving throw 4. Oh, we're asking whether they have advantage or not. That's all. We're not doing anything else there. Okay, so I want to then add this as a parameter right here. Good. Then we're going to come up and we're going to say, maybe I'll call this saving throw ability. Like that. Cool. I think I want to move this down to the bottom of the file. I like to put things that I'm working on down near the bottom so I can just very quickly get down, take a look at them, that sort of thing as I'm working on them. So I'm going to put that there. Anything else I find in here? With regards to the action queue, I'm going to move down to the bottom. Just so we have them all close by. Oops, got something up above it here. Go ahead and take all of that. All right, so now we've got all of our, all of these pieces in one place. Here's the dice roll. So now I want to say dice roll dot saving, what is it? Saving throw is equal to die roll Q entry. But here we don't have the saving throw. What we need to do is we need to check to see if it's of that type. If die roll Q entry is what is it? Saving. Throw. That guy. Saving throw ability, like that. That might fix the second part, right there. I just want to set a breakpoint, like maybe here. Run it. I'll have to remember to retarget up there. Last man says, love the dedication. So that's interesting. Last man, you know, the thing, one of the value, there's a number of value pieces I get from this. One is that this code base is very quick to be able to say, okay, let's go in and like try something new. Like maybe we were talking earlier about the springy dice kind of hanging to each other and adding a physics engine to do that, right? We're able to come up with small little projects and get them done in, you know, that time that we have to do the show. And but across a wide variety of things, it's always kind of interesting, and it's representative of what happens with a large project over time, right? Because we've got hundreds of files, I think, that we're maintaining and, you know, taking care of in here. Okay, so let's see. We've got to let's bring up our targets. We'll target those two guys right there. Let's go to my player. Bring up tidal wave again, cast the spell. All right. So there's the damage 22. Let me clear the dice up here. Now we should see another roll come out. Are we going to get a yes there? We got a yes, and the ability is now dexterity. Sweet. Run. So now are we going to see the word dexterity come up here? What's going on with the dice? Some weird physics stuff going on there for a moment. Dexterity saving throw. Now, they both failed. They both failed. They might, though one of these guys might get a plus bonus on it, to be honest. I don't know who failed and who didn't. Because we need to know what we actually kind of need to give a report out of them. Is what I think we need to do. Do I want to work on the report now? Kind of no, I don't. But I feel like I kind of have to. Wait, why do I have 2 of these coming out? That's a bug. Yeah, I was just checking to see if I have a second overlay out there, but I don't. Okay, let me make a note of that. TV might be upside down. I just made a note here. I think I'm going to also make a note to do the, so I don't have a lot of anxiety, to do the create the creature saving throw roll summary. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to do it now. I just wrote it down. Sometimes I do this. I say, well, I've got to do this sometime in the future. Now I'm thinking maybe we'll do that now. Let's go look at it, see how hard it's going to be. I think I have an aversion to it because I haven't worked on this code in probably over a year. So I've got to go back and dip into it. And this is also a thing that I think is not so great on a live show, is watching somebody try to figure out, get their bearings in the code, which is what I'm about to do. I think that's showing up here in the dice layer, right where we are. I'm going to search for the word summary. Multiplayer summary. So Dice Roll has multiplayer dice. If that's true, we are already looking in a multiplayer summary. What's going on with multiplayer summary? We push it out here. Yeah, look, there's a to-do. I wrote this the other day. It's coming from Dice DTOs. Get that here. Let's see if we can hide all of those guys. Okay. Is Surdov a reference to Surly Dev? No, I don't think it is. It is not. Speaking of Surly Dev, we haven't seen Surly in a while. Wonder if Surly's okay. Hope he's taking a vacation. Hope he's good. I think we may not be using the right modifier. I think we got to start sending out some data here. Has multiplayer dice. Get roll results. Let's do this. Let's send out some console log pieces out here. Uh-oh. Ooh, lost power for a minute. Looks like it's back. Let's double check that. I'm going to say, yeah, it's back. Good. Got battery backup on everything, so we're good. Everything should still be good. Still on vacation. He was on Copperbeardy's Marble stream this morning. Say hi. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, our Dungeon Master comes up with all the names of these characters. I'm not sure where he gets them from. Mr. Smoopy is a reference to Mr. Smoopy, though. He showed up on a show once, and we created a character right there live for him. This is all for, by the way, this is for another live stream I do, not on this channel, out on twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. And so we do, if you want to see all this in action, where it's working, that sort of thing, give us a follow out there. We do shows every Wednesday and Sunday. Okay, I'm going to start out with some console logs, kind of trying to figure out where we are here. Do we have a multiplayer dice? Where's the summary built? Summary's built actually in here. That's where it is. Do I want to throw any more console logs in here? Let's throw this out here. Console log, found player role. Like that. Player role not found. Let's change this to this for die.player name. Okay. I think has multiplayer dice is going to be false. Flat out. Just coming in. Oh no, not now. Oh man. Why pudding? Never fear, pudding's here. Wait, what do you want to? Wait, what are we missing? Oh, see it live first. Oh, last month. Yeah, because it's hitting it just the wrong time if you're in England or EU. Yeah, my apologies for that. Yeah. Okay, we said has multiplayer dice here if it's initiative or non-combat initiative. We setting this anywhere else? And we set it here if scope is individuals. I need to set it somewhere else. I think I'm going to set it. So we set it there, here, here. All right, I want to set it one more place. This is in the legacy role, so this is the older code. The newer code for the dice DTO role is here. And here, I think we're going to say dice roll data dot has multiplayer dice is equal to this length being greater than 1. That might get us through. That might also even get us a summary. Let's see how that works. So we'll refresh. Wrong one. There we go. We'll refresh the dice layer and initialize it and get some targets up. Oops. There we go. I want to target those two guys. And let's tidal wave. Cast it. Clear the dice. Here we go. I think we're going to see something. There we go. And the 15 was correct. That's the correct answer. That's my saving throw. Now we just got to figure out the modifiers. See if those modifiers are going down there. All right, let's take a look at that. Those are in the in-game creatures. Well, actually, they're in the monsters, to be honest. They're in the monsters. But we got to figure this out. We have to first look at these. Tanjore and Benjist are fire giants. So we need to come over into our monsters. Let's call it falling asleep. Putting really, I think I just had a mini stroke. Everything went black for a second. No, that was me. Everything's okay. I just switched to the wrong page. I went out over it. And now we're back. It's okay. It was me. Nobody's having a mini stroke. Fire giant. Am I on the wrong page? Oh, on spells. I want to get to monsters. There we go. So fire giants, modifiers for saving throws are here. Dexterity gets a +3. That's a dexterity saving throw, right? Let's double check that. Dexterity saving throw. He gets a +3 because he's a fire giant. They both do. Right there. That's what I'm looking for. That +3. So we need to figure that out. Why isn't he getting that +3 sent down? Or if he is it being added? Because I'm not seeing it. I want to see that modifier show up correctly. Guess we're back up here in C#. Set a breakpoint here for the queued roll. Okay, let's cast the spell. Clear the dice. Where's my breakpoint? I feel like too much time. There we go. Finally, the breakpoint. Here's the dice roll. Dice DTOs. Here they are. I'm looking for a 3. Modifier is correct. It's a 3. Sweet. Send the data down. Okay, so that is good. We're getting the right modifier in there. But this value should not be an 18 in the summary. That should be an 18 plus 3 or a 21. The other one should be a 20. Yeah, they both succeeded. So let's figure that out. Why aren't we getting that modifier down there for the DTO? Let's go find our multiplayer summary. Here it is. If coming from dice DTOs, get the correct modifier. There's some nimble fire giants. Yeah, they are. They're very nimble fire giants. I got it out of the way. So this is going through my players, but I don't care about my players. That just gets the modifier for that. Yeah, so definitely this DTO is here. I got to go find the dice DTOs. I'm not sure exactly where they are at this point. I think they're in dice roll data. That's where I think they are. Dice DTOs. Let's see if we can do this. Am I putting the creature's ID into the die? What am I doing here? What's this? Create die? Looks like I am. That's going into the player ID. Sweet. Okay, so I think I can do this. If die, whoops, if die dot player ID. Let me just make sure I've got the case right on that. I do not. It's an uppercase D. If die.playerID is less than 0, otherwise we're going to do this. So this is the regular code if it's a positive player ID. If it's less than it, then we're going to use this code instead. meaning it's an in-game creature. Okay. We're going to go find that. We're going to see if this is equal to the player ID. Then we're going to say modifier is equal to no modifier. How am I not passing the modifier down? Let's go look at dice DTO up here. Thought that's where I was putting it. Dice roll. It's got the dice DTOs. Dice DTO, there's the modifier. It's there. It's just not, I didn't copy it over on this side maybe. But I should have it, but it's not there. Okay. And we want to do a break right here. Now we got modifier. Let's just double check these. Quantity sides, creature ID, magic. Quantity sides, creature ID, magic, modifier, label. Vantage was next, I think. Damage type, right up there. Got all those. And back color and font color. Okay. Looks like modifier just wasn't there. Just needs to do a refresh there. The only thing I'm not sure about is this, are we storing the negative in there? I think we are. Yeah, I think this code is going to work. I think there's a shot of it. I guess we could just give it a try. And then if it doesn't work, we'll come in and we'll add some console log messages and send them out. All right, I'm refreshing the die layer, initializing it. Bringing up tidal wave again, casting it. Clearing the dice. I think we're going to get our breakpoint again. Do we still have that breakpoint? Who's that? JCC? How are you doing, JCC? Fred says hi. There's the roll. It seems like it took a long time to get out of here. I might look into that. Okay, now I want to see a +3 on these. Ah, look at that. That's perfect. That's awesome. Tanyor wouldn't have passed either because he needs to get over a 15 on the roll. Totally, that's awesome. Just tells us who passed it. Sweet. That is genuinely not bad. Okay. Next, we get on the other side, we got to now apply the data. So that's where we're going to kind of come full circle here, right? At the beginning of the show, we were in spells. Let's go over to spells. And I created 2 new events. I'm in a Google Sheets here. This is where I have my data on the spells, including code. And so I added 2 new spells, two new events for the spells: on target fails save and on target saves. I added some code for just one of these, only one of these. It was down here, tidal wave. So if they fail to save, we give them full damage and we set the target condition to prone. And if they get a saving throw, if they pass their saving throw, then we only give them half damage. We need to now execute this right here. Also, I mentioned at the beginning, if there's nothing here, I want to just have default behavior, which is give them full damage if they fail to save, or give them half damage otherwise. Because the vast majority of spells in Dungeons and Dragons follow that guideline. That's the rule. But if there's ever anything special that happens, I've got 2 events that I'm going to call for each one of those. So that's what I want to do next. So now we need to know when the dice have stopped rolling. And I've got an event out here, or a method here, dice stopped. Rolling. Got an event handler. Here we go. Is it that? Yeah, right in here. There's where we need a breakpoint. So we can actually figure out what we're doing on that. We're looking for that saving throw coming back from the creatures. That's what we're looking for. So I've got that breakpoint set right now. Let's go back in. Let's, again, cast. Should I do tidal wave this time? Yeah, I should. So there's my damage, 22. That's of type bludgeoning. Oh, we're at our breakpoint. Okay, cool. We're going to run past this one. We're going to clear the dice. Here comes the next one. Why taking so long? This one I feel is, yeah, it feels like it's taking way too long to bring that roll in. Should get the breakpoint again. All right, cool. Now we've got, and those are the results right there. Let's see what's inside. Can we see these? Dice data is, looks like it's a string. Stop rolling data is right there. Okay. We've got individual rolls and a multiplayer summary. It's in the multiplayer summary. So we've got their ID, their name, and whether the roll was a success or failure. Cool. Individual rolls. These are for each of the individuals, what they did, a d20 and their value. Yeah, I don't need that. The multiplayer summary is what's interesting to me. But it doesn't tell me whether it was a saving throw or not. Here it does. Saving throw. It says the ability is a dexterity check. So, I think I want something like this. If EA dot stop rolling data dot type equals dice roll type dot saving throw, then let's go to here. I'm going to set a breakpoint right there and run it. Did we get there? We do. Sweet. So it's a saving throw. Next, I want to go into the multi-roll summary. Coding Gorilla says, wait, what's going on here? There's a conversation I'm not paying attention to. JCC says, last college semester I did a basic programming class, all Python. Cool. Next semester I have an advanced programming class in C#. Any advice? Python seems like an odd choice for a basic course, but that's probably just because I've been immersed in the C world for like 30 years. Maybe I misused the word basic. Yeah. No, I get that. I think it's probably mean that it's an introductory programming class. I think it's cool. I think what I would do is I would start learning C# now. Is what I would do. I would, we're actually, what are we in right now? We're in C# in this moment right now. So you're in the perfect place. I think that for me, if you want to learn code, waiting until the class starts is maybe too long. There are benefits you can gain from watching other people code and from writing code yourself, from trying things out, small little projects, right? That's what I would do. I would look for introductory small things, because the cool thing is that if you move kind of beyond where you are now in terms of your abilities, that class you take is going to be, you're going to get that much more traction from it and be able to move that much further in the class, right? If the goal is, I want to learn programming and that's your goal, I would start learning it now rather than waiting. If your goal is, I just want to get a good grade, then okay, this might benefit you as well, I suppose. But you could also wait till the class started if that was your goal. But if the goal is ultimately, hey, I want to really learn programming and become a really good programmer, I would start right now. That's my advice. Just start learning it. That's what I do. I'm Lucchini says, hey, what you working on? We're working on the die rolls for Dungeons & Dragons game. We're working on saving throws right now. Tanyor and Benjist, who are right up there in the upper left, you see them targeted there, the two fire giants. They just rolled their saving throws. I'm now working at a point where I'm going to try to apply the damage in an intelligent, flexible way. So that's what I'm writing. That's the code I'm writing right now. So with the saving throws come in here, now what we want to do is we want to check what the multiplayer summary. So we'll check, say, hey, is this not null? Whoops, not null, like that. And if that's the case, we'll come down here. I'm just gonna set a breakpoint and hit run. I'm expecting to totally come in there. Good, so we've got some good data. I like using edit and continue to write code, but we got 2 entries in there. So let's go through the entries. So we're gonna say, I guess I just do that for each player role. We've got a player role in there, and then we're gonna say something like, I think I want to divide this into those who have succeeded and those who have failed the saving throw. So that means I want to create 2 new lists. I need a new list of player roles here. Saved, those who saved. What you got? Hold on. Those who saved. Oh, Mother Boss is asking, is it like a virtual tabletop or a CRPG? It is, I'm not sure what CRPG, I think it means character role-playing game. It is like a, it's both. It's for a live stream out on this channel out here, twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. And you can go out there and you can look at some of the highlights there and see what that's like. That's not a show for little kids. That show out there, it's comedy Dungeons & Dragons, but we say some bad words sometimes, some adult level words and concepts, and but it's funny, and it's for that. So we've got over-the-top special effects that we've built. I'll show you those in a second after I get through this code right here and get past this. Give you a demo of some of what the over-the-top effects look like. Fred's one of the players on the show. I'm one of the players. We got 2 other people that are live. We got a dungeon master that sits up there, tells the story, so we got die rolls, special effects. We've got rules of D&D built in, so we handle things like how long does the spell last before it dispels itself automatically, how long the casting time is, that sort of thing. So we're taking Dungeons & Dragons, the rule set of that, and we're wrapping code around that, modeling that game so that we can have ESPN level graphic effects telling you what's happening in the game over the game while the live players are playing the game.
You're not using overkill. You're not using.
If I'm not using the word, what's that, honey?
If you're not using the word overkill, then you're not 100% honest.
If I'm not using the word overkill, I'm not being 100% honest in the description of the of what we're doing. Yeah, it's overkill production. So you'll see a lot of like, what the heck is that kind of thing in the game for things. So here we go. We've got to have those who saved. And I'm going to duplicate this and call those who failed. Like that. That's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to go through these player role, and we're going to see each one, and we're going to say, hey, look, if player role dot there's a success, sweet. Already it's figured out for me. I'm going to add it over into those who saved dot add. And we're going to add player role. So we're just dividing these into 2 groups. And then otherwise, we're going to say those who failed dot, and then we're going to give it player role as well. All right, we're going to get down to this point, and then we're going to have we're going to now need to say apply damage from last saving throw, like that. I don't know. Do I want to throw a Boolean in there? And then change this to false. I'm playing with this. I don't like it because it's not so obvious here what the difference between these 2 are. Better way to solve this problem is with an enum. So I'm just going to create a quick enum here called saving throw result, success, fail, like that. And then I'm going to throw in that instead here. So we're going to say this dot success, and down here we're going to say this dot fail. That's easier to read that code now. Smoothie's here. Mr. Smoothie. I love it when I can make my green screen go crazy in the back when I move so quickly there. Cool. Smoothie, welcome. Welcome. Oh, look at this guy. He's always coming in, flying low. Really, really low. No tricks this time. No tricks. Come on, Jetsam. Come on. Jetsam gets in just in time for the party as well. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Finally getting around to applying damage from the last saving throw. Let's go do that. I'm going to declare that method. Okay. And I think we're good. I'm going to hit run and get into here. Run. Now, who we got? We got one who saved. That means we've got one who failed as well. Right? That's cool. So, if saving throw results dot equals saving throw results. Yeah, greetings, Jets. I'm glad you're here. Okay, if it's equal to success, then am I just going to, I'm wondering, am I just going to use this to throw out to two different other methods? Because I actually could have done this before. I think I may be doing that. Am I really going to do this? Gosh, I think I am. Do I know at this point, geez, I got this list, but do I know the spell? I think I lost the spell. Yeah, let me change this up a bit. I've already stepped into this, so I can't delete this method now, but I'm going to throw a to-do on top of this to delete this. Let me change it up a little bit because I lost some data that I need. Let's get out of there. What I want to do instead is I want to say, I think I want to say apply half damage. And I want to say this, apply full damage from last saving throw. And I want to find, I need to know what the spell is. I think. I need to know what the damage type is. I need the damage data. I need to wait, the last damage, I have that. What do I need? Oh, I need the spell because I need the event. That's what I need. Is there any data in the stop rolling data that's going to give me that spell? Spell name, tidal wave. Sweet. Okay. So, and I don't need this anymore either. I think I can delete this too. Delete this. Okay. Mr. Smoothie says, just got back from going to the office for the final time today as we are now work from home company. Sweet. 10 years of going to the office. It was pretty weird to go in for the last time and turn the keys. I bet, Mr. Smoothie.
Wait, what happened to Smoothie?
He's now a work from home company. His entire company's work from home. Where are you located, Smoothie? If you don't mind us, don't mind revealing that private personal information. Give us a general area, like a continent. Promise we won't hunt you down. Okay, apply half damage, apply full damage. Both of those, and I need to pass in, not this, Florida. Holy cow. Be safe out there. The spell name. I need to throw the spell name at it. Okay. All right, let's declare both of these. Sweet. And let's declare this one. Okay. Set breakpoints here and here. Clear that breakpoint. All right, run. What? Okay, here we go. Apply full damage from last saving throw. All right, so now we got the spell name. So now I want to go into all spells, do a get on that spell name. I want to see what that comes back with. So I'm going to say, hey, if that's not null, then we're going to come in here. I'm going to set a breakpoint. I think I also want an else, a begin block here, and then like a system debugger break called there, just so that we get out of here if we have to. Let's keep running though. Run. Do I get to there? Sweet. I get to there. Just where I'm expecting to be. Moon or Mars might be safer at this point. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, you might be right. I'm on Earth myself, says Coding Gorilla. Good job, Coding Gorilla. Don't give away the personal information. Don't do it. My wife, by the way, she loves to do that.
What do I love to do?
Give away personal information.
I do. My mother's maiden name.
Yeah, she's like, I'm here with my mom, and gives her full name.
Dog with Bruno.
And my first puppy I've ever had. We're honoring the life of my first puppy, Bruno. And we're sitting here at the corner, and you can see the street corner right up here, where we are every day to pick up the kids from school. She'll do a picture like that. Yeah, and she'll throw that out on Facebook and every other social media out there. At which point everybody's like, let's get him! Let's get Miller! She's awesome! Retro CRT just put up on the screen. She's awesome! She is awesome, kids! She is awesome.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you we're talking about.
Right.
I know, I was just talking about how awesome you were earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? No, you weren't.
I said this is going to get a little romantic for Twitch. I know we're not supposed to say stuff like this, but I was like, you know what? I'm home with you. You're my home. That's what I said.
Oh,
I said that to her.
you work from home.
No, I didn't mean I work from home. Pudding's like romantic. Uh-oh. Look out, kids.
Oh, you have no idea.
Hacked.
Hacked. Cody Gorilla says hacked. All right. We're not writing any hack code right now. All right. Spell is not null. Now then we want to check to see is... Oh, she's coming in. She's coming in live. Oh, this is how she got me.
Awesome.
She got me with that musk.
Where's my new song? I hate this musk. I hate it.
You shouldn't do it then.
You mofo.
That's how you got me. You tricked me with that. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'm yours. All right. Anyway, enough of that romantic stuff.
Won't be pretty.
Won't be pretty, yeah. I rejected the musk. You mofo. Hey, don't say mofo on my show, honey. This is a show for kids. It's a show for everybody. It's a family-friendly show. All right, we got the spell. Next, we need to see, hey, does that spell event, which is, what did we call it? It was on target fail save. On target fail save. If that thing if it's null or white space,
I miss Rory.
then we want to do the default. Yeah, I miss Roy too. Default action, which is to essentially call give target full damage. That's it right there. In fact, I think I can just put this in here. I can just type it in here. We go to the expressions engine, say expressions.do, and we're going to say that give target full damage. Now we want to pass in more data. The player is going to be null, but the target is going to be something that's going to hold all of those who failed. So I'm going to say new target, and I'm going to pass in those who failed to it, like that. Did I get everything right? That's my new target. And what else? The casted spell. I don't think I need that. And the dice stop rolling data. I don't think I need that either. The custom data. The custom data is interesting. because I was thinking I would need it when I wrote these two other pieces here. The give target full damage. Let's go look at that a second here. The full damage and the damage type. That's the damage. The latest damage, I think, needs to go into the custom data. That's what I think is going to go in there. Yeah. So we're going to say null for the casted spell. Why am I missing all this in the chat room? Keep it classy. Miller, how do you think families are made? I don't know. In maturation chambers? Asked Coding Gorilla. Isn't it in the crane? Isn't it the crane? Asked Pudding. It brings babies or something. That's all I know. Retro CRT says, Pudding, you were found under the gooseberry bush. I thought I just randomly spawned, said Pudding. Six Positive says, gooseberry sounds fun. Storks, of course. I like the gooseberry theory. You guys are the best. Seriously. All right. What are we doing here? Null. Now we're into custom data. I'm going to say latest damage. So I'm going to pass that in as my custom data. I think that's going to work. Latest damage is a dictionary of ints. So what I'm going to do then inside give target full damage is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say the latest damage is equal to custom data. Wait, don't I have a custom data parameter? Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I don't have the fourth parameter. I'm going to have to add it. Custom, it's just an object. But now I have to break everything and restart this. Dang it. Custom data. That's the fourth one. Right? Isn't it? Element's not found. It's not finding it. Come on. Oh, wait. How do I get my custom data? Is there another way to get my custom data? I've just done this before. Let's do this. Let's look for custom data. Let's see what's going on here. I call expressions get custom data. That's what I do. Okay. All right. So we're going to say that's the type. Call this latest damage. That's how I get the custom data. Sweet. I love it. Hopefully that's all going to work. So I'll get the latest damage when I get in here. That also means I didn't need to change this signature, which means we can still keep running when we get in here. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Hopefully we get that custom data. That's what I'm looking for. And we got to create this constructor here to create a target of all of the list of player roles. So that's the default action right there, which is just simply call that. If that's not where we go, otherwise, if there is something there, then we're going to say, what is it, spell.trigger. And it's trigger target saves. Full damage is failsafe. And we're going to pass in the player as null. We're going to pass in that target again. Let me create that target up above. So there's my target there. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to trigger the event. Target fails save, passing in the target and the casted spell. Do I really need the casted spell? How deeply do I need that? It's in here. So at this point, I don't have that casted spell anymore. I'm going to try throwing in a null at it. That's what I'm going to do. I think at that point the spell is to do see if I need to save and pass in the casted spell. That got us here. Okay. Let's create this. Constructor. Oh shoot, don't do that. That's not what I wanted you to do. We're going to do for each here. And now we're going to come down and we're going to say creatures dot add. Yeah, let me do this though. Okay. What's in player role? ID. We got to go from ID to figure out what kind of creature it is. So we have to go to all in-game creatures. I think I got to get by index. Is that right? I think it is. But now I need to go pass in. Is it there? No, I think it's, I added something yesterday to convert from a, is it here? Get normal index from universal. So that's going to just do that. Get by index. Good. Declare local. That's my creature. Let's just set a breakpoint there. See if we get to here. What's my problem? Okay, there's my semicolon. All right, here we go. Doesn't quite look right. This is not lining up with the right line of code. I think we may have an edit and continue problem. Yeah, it looks like we do. May have to restart. Yeah, it's just not stopping there on target. Not getting to the breakpoint. Okay, so I guess I'm going to stop it and restart it. All right, we're getting closer. Steve Smith is raiding with a party of 16. Thanks, Steve Smith, for the raid. Yeah, our Steve Smith that you know. You want to come say hi? Welcome, Steve. Welcome, everybody. Les Matt's back from shopping. Smokey says, welcome, Raiders. Steve says, hi, Karen. Steve says, hi, Karen.
I said hi.
Okay, she said hi. Just want you to know she said hi. Cool, welcome, everybody. We're in the middle of getting some Dungeons and Dragons die rolling logic going. We're doing something that seems simple, but it's fairly complicated making this whole thing work. Rolling an attack that causes damage in Dungeons and Dragons. You have something called a saving throw, having the creatures that were attacked roll their saving throws and then apply damage or half damage depending on whether they save or not. That's kind of what we're doing. Is your daughter going to college? We are waiting for the Rona to pass.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying over here. Yep. Last met perfect timing to come back. Steve says he's good. Gap year, same. Yeah, Steve, how much are you regretting not moving to New Zealand? Like, how much are you thinking, oh man, if we just made it down to New Zealand, it would be so awesome right now. Yeah, that's got to be a little bit of like some ironic kind of bitter. I know, right? New Zealand would be awesome right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Live coding's out there. Parenting tip, enroll them in Azeroth University. What is that? World of Warcraft? Is that what that is? That's funny. New York is not the place to be, or Boston. Yeah. Steve says daughter is working for us as a software developer. Oh, neat. Making money to help pay for college. Yeah, exploit those kids. I used to have the courage to do that. Be like, kids, get to work. Shady Neji is out there as well. Shady, welcome. She's got a blog. Ilyana.dev. Nice. How was your stream? What'd you guys do on the stream? Where are you coming from? Mine is eating peanut butter.
You said my daughter's making money to pay for college. I said mine's eating peanut butter.
Yeah, she's eating peanut butter. It's like we all, you know, we have high but achievable goals. We all have those, right? Let's see. Initialize data. Good, it's initialized. Let's do the role that started this whole mess, which is the tidal wave spell. I'm going to cast that right now. All right, spell is cast. Let's clean up the die. Then come the saving throw rolls. Got a saving throw. Is it coming? I feel like this delay is way too long. It's like we're missing something to trigger it, and it just waits a certain amount of time, and it says, okay, I'll roll now. Yeah, I got to figure out that triggering. I'm going to write that down. Or are we at a breakpoint? Not at a breakpoint. Saving throw. Rolls. Take a long time. Come out. Or not at all. How did that happen? Yeah, I'm at no breakpoint over here. All right, let's set some breakpoints before. This is a place we've already been to, and it seemed to be working fine. Set some breakpoints here. MQ saving throw roll. That's what I'm looking for. Something to stop me there. Let's try one more time. Let's do change it up. I'll throw a fireball. It's the fireball spell. There's the damage. Now we've got NQ saving throw roll. Okay, so that's where I'm expecting to be. Let's just run it. See what happens. Do we get the saving throw out when we clear the die? I'm looking for that saving throw. Oh, I see what the problem is. Nothing's coming out because I have no creatures targeted. My bad. Let's get those set up. Let's set up some creatures here. We'll target the two bad guys right there and there. One more time. And coming back over here, spells. Let's go back to tidal wave. See you, Steve. Thanks so much, buddy. You were showing them, hold on a second here. Updated API endpoints NuGet package, and then was building a Hangman console app. Well, that's fun. Eventually to show the Memento design pattern, but didn't get to that yet. Okay, cool. All right, there's our saving throw die coming out. Now we're stopped here at the multiplayer summary right there. Fitzy Codes Things, raiding with a party of 4. Raiding already, guys? I can't believe another raid's coming in here, guys. Thanks, guys, for the raid. Appreciate it, Fitzy Codes Things. Fitzy, thanks so much. Welcome to the raid. Welcome. We are in the process of debugging some C# code. And we're writing code that evaluates some die rolls, applies some Dungeons and Dragons rules to them, and then modifies damage or other kinds of states accordingly based on that. That's what we're doing. So we've got the rolls back. We rolled it. Tenyor rolled a 1. Benji rolled an 11. Tanjor's going to fail that. And I'm just coming in here, and we're breaking this into those who saved. I think Benji might not, because he gets a plus. Let's see. We're just going to add those up there. Let me set the breakpoint down here. And those who saved, nobody saved. That means everybody failed. Nothing's going on in that code yet. And then we're here. And then this is the line of code that edit and continue didn't let us do. We had to restart it. All right, here we go. Get creature by index. What do we got? We got a creature. Cool. A fire giant. Sweet. So that creature, that's the living creature. Now what we want to do is we want to say creatures.add that creature. Like that. And is that all we need to do? What's going on? Is that the wrong type? What's it expecting? I think it's right. I feel like this is an erroneous squiggly line here. Let's set next statement here and see what happens. Nope, it doesn't like it. Oh, it's not. It's an in-game. Oh, man. Okay. This creatures list should have been, this is the wrong type, I contend. It shouldn't be of creature, it should be of in-game creatures. Let's see where we're using it. See how much trouble we are in here. The magic targets. We might be in trouble, and I might have to, because it looks like we're using this in a lot of places, including giving magic and receiving magic. Maybe not a lot. So let's see. Let's see who's calling add creature.
Sad Panda!
Yeah, I'm with you on that, last Matt. I'm a little bit sad on that one. Get active target. Oh, look at this though. We're getting it from in-game creature. And we're adding it there. Well, we could do that. That creature is a clone, and that creature might actually be holding its hit points. Let's see if that will work. I don't know if that's going to work or not, to be honest. So we're going to say add creature dot creature. See if that works. Now what's wrong? Now is it just, now I can F10 it. All right. So that creature holds the actual hit points, I think. I'm pretty sure it does. So the hit points are now 350 for that. Yeah. I think we're okay. The only thing I'm wondering about is in-game creature might have some wrappers around the hit point modifications here. In-game creature. I think there's some wrapper code. Well, there's the take damage. Yeah. And when we ask for creature, if it's null, we call clone on a creature. So we create an instance that's unique to this in-game creature. So I think we're okay. We're going to pass that in, and then later if we need to, we'll grab the in-game creature around that if we can find that. So we're going to add the creatures to it. Sweet. So the target now, do we have 2? We only have 1. That's unsettling because we should have had 2. We should have 2 creatures in that list. Let's go back up and execute the line of code again. It could be because now we're going to get 2. It was just editing continue issue. Okay, so good, clearing that right there. Did I see wrong, or did you go back in your code and then forwards again? No, I don't think I went back and forwards. I did not. That was not happening. I'm only going forward so far. Well, I did come up here, and it's not dev expressive. I did come up here and say, let's set this as let's go back up here again. And I just said, let's make this the new execution point. So last minute, this is something I can do in Visual Studio, is I can come back to here and I can say, let's re-execute this along again. So I'm hitting a shortcut for it. It's Control-Shift-F10 is what I'm hitting, but it's set next statement. So that allows you to go back if you made a change and go back and run it again. So I'm using edit and continue, which is a great feature to use, just re-executing that code there. Now we're going to go in here and say trigger fails save. That should get us to, if we look at, we did tidal wave, right? Yeah, it is right there. There's tidal wave. That should get us to this code here, which calls give target full damage, which means if we come in and find that function, give target full damage there, and we set a breakpoint, we've got one. We should hit this breakpoint now. Let's see what happens. What's this? Object reference not set. What is it? The object reference that's not set. Is it casted spell? It's player. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get to the end of this. I'm just going to set the next statement as here is the end. Come out of it. I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to throw the active player at it. So let's go back up here again, and we're going to execute this again one more time. Go into it. We get past that line of code, and now we've got shoot, we don't have the custom data here though. We do not have the custom data. That's the third parameter. And we need it for this one because we need to get the actual damage data that's coming in. So I'm going to have to stop running and add that as a parameter here. Like that. I kind of want to do it for all of these. Now what's going on here? Why is this? Oh, I stopped rolling data. I'm going to say that's null. And then custom data is there. But I really only need it for these two. I need it here and for here. And I need to do the same thing down here. Null and custom data. Like that. Let's go back up here. Target fails save. Null. And the custom data is going to be the latest damage. That's what I need. Okay, that I feel is correct. I'm going to take this and put it up here for the half damage. We're going to just modify this a little bit. This is going to be those who saved. This is going to be half damage. And otherwise we're going to say trigger target saves, right? Like that. And then with send in the latest damage. I think that's it. Okay. I'm going to clear these breakpoints here and here. We're now going to get to here and give target full damage. And we've also got give target half damage, set a breakpoint there. Now we're actually about to do something with those. I also am going to need a way to get from all in-game creatures to, I'm sorry, from a creature to an in-game creature. So I'm gonna need one more of these here. It's gonna be say get by creature. And we're gonna pass in a creature. And because these are cloned references, it should find it. Like that. So I'm going to need that. I'm just writing that right now. All right, let's run it. Starting up, there it is. Let's get some creatures targeted. Target those two. Let's do fireball. And we'll roll it. So it's a dexterity saving throw. Those two fire giants should have +3 on their modifier for that. So when their saving throws come up, we should see in the summary that they've added 3 to whatever roll they have. They have to get over a 15 to pass their saving throw to get half damage. Let's saving throw. There's going to be one fail, one pass. Okay, there's the +3s. We see those. And we're at the break point where it's not quite the one I wanted to be at. Run it. Cool. So give target half damage. So now we need to get that damage. Where's the give target full damage? I want to get this to get the latest damage out of there. Make sure that that's coming in correctly. So we're going to execute that line of code right now. Latest damage is 1. And it's fire 34. Sweet. That's what we need. No arguments in there. But now we want to go to the target. Sweet. There's our target. Now we're looking at the target. We want to go through the creatures. And I want to do a for each on that. For each creature and creatures. I want to go into all in-game creatures, get by creature, and pass in creature. Like that. Declare local for that. This is going to be my, I guess I'll call it my in-game creature. And this just has that wrapper around being able to modify the, well, I just realized I can't quite see the code I'm writing here. Sorry about that, kids. I can't quite get it around that. And I don't know if I can do I think I can do a test close from here. Let me try that. Test close from the chat room. Better. There, I'm just getting that in-game creature right there. And then if that's not null, then we're going to go do something here with that in-game creature. I also want to add a to-do here. Also, get players from the target and work with them. Apply damage, etc. Okay. So I'm hoping to get right to this breakpoint here. I'm going to set another breakpoint here just in case. I'm going to hit run. Sweet. So we found an in-game creature. And now what we want to do is we want to say in-game creature dot apply damage. What is it? Damage. Take damage. Damage type. Well, here we want to go through. We want to go to latest damage. And I also think I want to do this. I want to do a. If that's null, get out of here. That's what I want to do there. And then I want to do this. Down here, I want to say, I want to get the latest damage.keys. I want to grab that. I want to do a for each across all of those. So for each damage type in there, then I want to call in-game creature.take damage, passing in the damage type and passing in the amount. Oh wait, what? I've got an attack kind here. Hold on. Damage type, attack kind. I am not. So we know this is magical, but really, we should pass this in. So I kind of need to bind together the attack kind and the latest damage into one class object. Something like that is what I need to do. So I'll put that in as a to-do for now. There's my to-do. There's my take damage. And what else? This is half damage. So I want to say latest damage. I think I've got a D&D utils thing called have damage. Thought I did. Let's do another check for this out here. Why do we clone references instead of just passing the reference itself? Great question. I clone it from... Now, usually I would just pass the reference. But here's what's happening in in-game creature. This is this code here. So this is a great question. Why am I cloning right there? Because normally... I would just have a reference. The trick is this. All monsters, this is an object representation of every single monster and what their default values are. Some of those values can change. Like, for example, whatever their max hit points and things like that are, right? So what we're doing here is we're just going to clone that instance of it, but we're going to use that instance to store the hit points. Now I could do this. You can do this a number of different ways, right? It's not that this is the only way to do it. But I couldn't use just that reference. And the reason why is because I've got 2 fire giants playing in the game right now. So I can't use that one fire giant reference to hold both of that data because they have different hit points. One might get hit hard and the other might heal itself, for example. So I needed to maintain data individually. Now, as I explain this, I'm immediately thinking, well, I could have created an object to just represent the hit points and the things that change. And the other piece we just use a reference for, which is okay too. But that's another way to do it. But this is how I've solved it here. I'm cloning it because I need to. I've decided I'm going to use that. The other reason why as well is because I have the ability to override values in it. For example, I've got a max hit points override. So the Dungeon Master can say, look, by the way, our Dungeon Master, look at how insane our Dungeon Master is for some of these characters. Like, really, Dungeon Master?
Yeah, I knew it!
He's got a character with 10 million hit points. No, 10 billion. That's 10 billion hit points. That's going to take a while to take that guy down. But this overrides the settings in the other one, and so does and temp hit points will also do it. So some pieces that we can override are there as well. So yeah, we could do something different, but cloning I decided to do it that way because it was an easy, fast way to solve the problem. Okay, and so we clone it, we own it. The other thing that's cool about it now is the target needed a creature, and a monster is a creature. So I used the target, I got that out there, then I used that call that we just added called get by creature. This one right here, which just finds that first one that matches it, since each in-game creature will have it. And an in-game creature, just to be clear, it's just got the stuff I need for running in the game. Just the pieces inside. It's got the name, the kind, maybe the picture, the image, that sort of thing. Any kind of overrides and some logic in terms of taking damage. Okay? All right, so where are we? I can right-click in here and say, show next statement. Okay. So in-game creature, we got that. Then we're going to, what's my problem? Oh, having the damage. Let's go see if I can find that. What? Give target half damage. Yeah, those are all things. What? All right. So we're going to create it then. I thought I wrote this already. D&D utils dot have value. Like that. And we're going to pass in the latest damage of the damage type. And then to have value. So clear that. And we're going to say return math.floor value divided by, I'm going to go ahead and kind of bump it up to a double here, and then we'll typecast it to an int. So there we go. We're going to divide it by 2, floor it, because that's the way you have values. That's the rule for cutting things in half. You round down. So that's what's going in there. So there's the half value on it, taking the damage for that damage type. And this to-do's gone. And let's just step through it and look at it. What's my problem? Semicolon expected right out there. Got an extra, it looks like. So there's my fire damage. And the latest value is what? It's 34, so that's going to take it to 17. And if we step in here, all right, there's my before. Now we're taking the damage on the creature. And is it immune? Is it resistant? Oh, look at that, though. Oh, no, that's a secondary thing. Yeah, resistance means it cuts it in half. Is a fire giant immune to it? I think it might be, and we may not be using that. Let's look at fire giant. There it is right there. Where are our immunities? Maybe I'm not taking that data and looking at it yet. Damage immunities, fire. Okay, so I'm clearly not bringing in or looking at damage immunities, it appears. Let's see if we can trace that and find out why. Because I'd really like that to be, I'd like this to get here. Is immune to. So let's look at this a second. This, that's the monster. Do I have a place for immunities in here? I thought I did. Let's see if we can use IntelliSense to find something. Damage immunities. Nothing. Okay, I'm not reading them in. So let's figure that out. So add damage immunity is apparently not being called. It's called from the test methods. Test cases are working with it. That's it. Okay. Let's go find the monster DTO. Let's go find damage immunities. What are we doing with that? Nothing. Condition immunities, nothing. Damage resistance, nothing. Damage vulnerabilities, nothing. All right, we got to go bring those in. Skills. All right, here we go. So we need this monster.set damage immunities, and we're going to pass in damage immunities like that. Let's go declare it. In fairness, though, damage immunities are happening up in creature, so let's go put that in creature instead. There's set damage immunities. Because it's private? Is that my problem? Okay, there's set damage immunities. Let's do the next thing, which are, what is the other one we had? Damage resistances. Let me report a code rush bug here. All right, kids, I am trying to get it so it no longer replaces damage with skill. Let's do this again. Shift Enter right there. Right click in it, and I don't see stop replacing damage with skill. I'm not seeing that here at all. So that's what I'm trying to do. Stop replacing. I don't see it. That's the bug. Let's go report that. Smart duplicate line. No option sometimes to stop replacing. There it is right there. Is that going to work? That CR issue coming? I just realized I'm logged into the wrong. Let me try it over in this one instead. I don't know if that's going to send it out. I think that's going to send it out right there. Okay, good. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. All right, I'm just going to come down here and manually fix this, or I could just undo it and then we get to there. So anyway, sorry, damage resistance, like that. We're going to call this damage resistance. Resistances, so make that as well. We'll go declare that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that over in creature. And what other pieces do we need to get in here? Let's go look at the spreadsheet again. Condition immunities. Condition immunities. All right, let's do that. Stream chat seems to be broken since I used SADP. Hope it's not related. Let's figure that out. It could be something else needs. Hold on. Requested scene does not exist. I got that right there. Requested scene does not exist. Got a bunch of those. Oh, wow. What am I missing out here? Let's see. If I type in fixed.
Fixed!
That's working for me, Lassamat. Stream chat. Maybe there's something else you mean by it being broken that I don't understand. Let me also try this. Drone.
He's awesome!
Yeah, that works. Drone. Drone works. Okay. Set condition immunities and damage resistances and damage vulnerabilities. How awesome are those? Oh, did I already do the damage resistances? Shoot, I did that already. Sorry about that, kids. Sorry, my bad. My bad. No more sound or mark now. Yeah, my problem on that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. You broke me. Yeah, looks like, how did I get that screen up? That's super interesting. Not sure how I did that. Apologies for that. I'm back here. Let's refresh. Thanks for hanging out with me during that little glitch here. What am I doing here? Evaluate here, full damage. Yeah, it's essentially the same code. I'm going to clear that breakpoint there. Melt meter count unknown expression. I'm not sure I need to worry about that right now. And let's refresh. Reload everything. I'm going to click on that button to reload everything. They come running when the audio is gone. Yeah. Rush Jr.'s following. Likes to see more stuff like that. Looks like, is the music not working? Nope, it's coming. It's just fading in slowly. All right, cool. Damage immunities. So let's say if we're not there, I want to get in here. And I want to essentially do this and this for damage resistances. Resistances like that. And here and here. And here, whoops, that and this. All right, keep running here. I think I can clear the breakpoints now. We're just going to run until we hit some data in here. Okay, so acid is a damage immunity. So now I should be able to say, let's see here, this dot damage immunities. Do I have an add? Sweet. And it's looking for a damage filter. What's a damage filter? Holy cow. This sounds like code written a long time ago. Okay. I want to see if inside of here, if we have any very specific, oh, that's not good. Slashing from non-magical attacks. that aren't adamantine. Adamantine. How am I going to parse that one? Okay. There's some tricky parsing going on that we're going to have to do to get this data in. We're going to need to, oh no, look at here. That's a semicolon. These are commas. All right, I got you. All right, we'll figure this out. These look better. Condition immunities look good. But I don't want to touch the data. I want to keep the data just like it is because I like the human readability of it. I want to parse it and get the logic out of it. Okay. Easy solution is to delete the unwanted resistances. The unwanted resistances. Delete them, huh? Yeah, I suppose. I guess. This part, I don't have anything in my game engine for this part yet. I have support for understanding whether they're magical or non-magical. I got that. But I don't have that yet. All right, I'm just going to throw this whole thing over my to-do list here. Put this up here in damage resistance. Yeah, tell the DM it can't be done programmatically, unless he's a dev as well, then it won't work. Yeah. Damage resistances. I got to get that to work. Okay. All right, we're going to get part way here. Yeah, again, here. Look at this right here. I got a semicolon and commas. Okay, so the data needs some, needs some conditioning on that. Okay. So now what I want to do is the opposite of this. I actually want to just to flatten this out. I want to say, hey, if we are, come on, where's my return? There it is right there. If we're null or white space, we're going to get out. Otherwise, we're going to come in here and we're going to break this into pieces here. So the first thing I think I want to do is I want to say, hey, look, this is equal to this dot replace, and I want to find any semicolon. Looks like that's a character right there. Whoops. Any character, any semicolon with a comma. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. Then I'm going to say damage immunities dot split on the comma. Declare a local for that, and we're going to call this, I guess, parts. And now I want to do a for each on each of those parts, and then I want to call add damage immunity. Just the part. Maybe part.trim, just to get the white space around the ends off of it. Okay. Get rid of that. And this. What's wrong here? Adding it around the active statement. Where was the active statement? It was down below, I think. I think it's okay now. So now let's change the active statement. Put it up here. Okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure there was nothing there. Hold on. Let's come here. Can we do that? There we go. Just execute that line of code there. Now get edit and continue to get back and be okay with everything I've done. What's going on? Oh, okay, we're needing a damage type. Hold on. All right, that's a different problem. We can solve that. The damage type here. So I'm going to say, really, we're back to this problem again? Hold on. Delete you. You come back up here. Now I can go push this down here. Now I need to get the damage type. I'm going to say, get damage and attack type. I'm going to pass in that string, and I'm going to take out a string that's going to be, or not a string, rather a damage type called damage, and take out another attack type, I think. Is it attack type that I want? Magical, non-magical? Nope, it's attack kind. There it is, magical, non-magical, or any. All right, that's the function I want. And then if damage is not equal to damage none, I got damage the wrong thing. It's not damage, it's damage something else. Hold on. Damage type. All right, if the damage is not equal to damage type dot none, then we got some damage that we can add immunity to. So pass that there, and the attack kind right there, like that. Okay, let's declare this. And this is going to be my damage stir. I want to say, hey, look, if damage stir dot to lower, put a dot right there, say contains, and space, maybe not contains, starts with. If it starts with and, right, we saw an example of that here, right? Get rid of that. We're going to trim out that and right there. If that's the case, then we're going to say damage stir is equal to damage stir dot substring of starting at 4. So 0, substir starting at 0 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be good. So there's my damage stir, is that. Then I want to say, I think I've got a D&D utils to damage. And it takes a damage string. Does it need only... Yeah, it's going to need, we're going to need to get only the first word of it. So we're going to say index of. We're going to call this the space index. We're going to say if that's greater than 0, then I'm going to say damage string is equal to damage string dot substring going from 0 to the space index. Like that. We also have more though. Rest remaining string, that's going to be equal to damage string starting at the space index, and then we'll maybe trim that too. And then here we got to go and look for more stuff. Otherwise, because that's going to specify the attack kind. So right now we're going to say attack kind is equal to attack kind.any, and then we might hone in on something else. the more specifics here on the remaining string if we get to this point. If the space index is there, then damage string is equal to that. Then we're going to say, grab to damage, and we're going to say, hey, the damage type is equal to that. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Let's keep going. Let's step through the code. Okay, there's the parts. We've only got one. No big deal. There's the part in there. We're coming in here now. No spaces. Damage type is acid. And now the damage is not null, so or it's not equal to none, so we're going to add that immunity. Sweet. Okay. So we've added the immunity. Keep going. I'm going to clear this one off. We've got lightning. We're in something new. Conditions immunities. I don't think I want to write this yet. I just want to get this other one working really well. And I think I'm going to do the same thing for vulnerabilities, and I'm not sure about resistances. I can do damage resistance pretty easily. It's going to be very similar to this right here. With one change, add damage resistance. Like that. Hold on. I'm going to rename this damage immunity so I don't have to go copy it down the other two places, deleting that. Then I'm going to rename it again back to the original one. Whoops. Oh, you know what? Visual Studio tried to help me out by changing it to this dot. And that didn't actually help me. Okay. So we've got those two. Condition immunities and damage vulnerabilities. Damage vulnerability, I think actually is going to look very similar to this too. Got to go for now. But he puts a dot instead of a comma. Yeah, I don't think that's... we could add additional code to do that, but I don't think that code exists yet. Got to go for now. Thanks for keeping up with my questions. Good day, evening, everyone. Okay, last Matt. Thanks for being with us. This is going to be a damage vulnerability. And I think we have the same two parameters. Sweet. Okay, just got to replace these. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. So now we've got remaining string from non-magical attacks. Magical, non-magical. Okay. So now I'm going to look for the word. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, if remaining string dot to lower dot contains non-magical, like that. Or it contains non-dash magical, just in case. Then the attack kind is going to be non-magical. Otherwise, if it contains magical, it's going to be magical. And we've got the default of it being any up above here. So let's just set a breakpoint here and see what we hit with the data, because we're bringing in all the data. I think we're going to get here right now. This one. Yep, there we go. So attack kind's non-magical. Sweet. Slashing. Sweet. That's it. We brought in all the data? So we never got to magical. That's a little surprising. Okay. Let's go back and try the process here again. I do a reload everything. Looks like I need to refresh these overlays. Refresh from here. Have we lost signal R? It looks like we lost our signal R connection. Let's try again. Shut this down. Start it up again. Waiting for it to start up. Is the drone working? Yeah, the drone's working. The genre change on the music didn't seem to work, though. I'm expecting to see a message back from it. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Bring those targets up. Target those two guys. Hoping to hit some damage 32. So what's interesting is the damage is only fire, and we're about to roll the saving throw, but we could just circumvent it and say, look, they're completely immune to it. Let me make a note of that. I might consider doing that. All right, give target half damage. So who's that coming to? They wait. Why are we getting to here? They both failed their saving throw, it looked like. They both failed. How did we get here? Bring up the call stack. Hold on, I was on it. Apply half damage from last saving throw. These are for those who saved. There's a count of 0. Got it. I'm calling it, but there's no targets. I need to do the same thing here so we don't waste our time triggering it. Okay. All right, so there's my half damage. I didn't get the breakpoint I was looking for in the full damage. Here. That's the breakpoint I was looking for. So I set a breakpoint there, and I've got one in the half damage as well. I'll set it here. Okay, let's add another creature in, another bad guy. What do I got? There we go. Worm. Let's target worm. Okay. So worm is not immune to fire. Do it again. Here it comes. Let's clear the dice. It's about to clear on its own with the timer. Good. Worm's definitely failing. Benji passes. Tanger looks like they pass. Tanger and Benji both passed. So they take half damage. So here we are in half damage. The in-game creature is a fire giant. That's Benji right there. Benji, I'll call him. And we're having the value here. Let's go in and go in there. There's our half right there. So our 36 drops to an 18. Calling creature.take damage in here. Is immune to? Yes, we got it. We got it, we got it, we got it. They are immune to it. So that came in there. Fire. Sweet. Hold on. I want to make one change. This is the code I saw here. Points divide equals to 2. I want to do this. I want to say points is equal to D&D utils dot have value points. That's what I want to do. All right. What's an int? Should I create a second has a value in there with takes a double? Maybe I'll do that instead. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Keep going to the next creature. Also immune. I'm going to set a breakpoint here and just run it. We should get to that worm creature next. And what's this one? Is this the worm? Yep, giant poisonous snake. Okay. Not immune. Uh-oh, got a resistance to meteor count. Why are we getting that? Why are we invoking that? What's the call stack? Check wild magic is being invoked, I think. Setting the shortcut visibility. We're just trying to set that up. That's all happening outside of this. Okay. Like all over the place here. Last damage taken is now equal to fire. Yeah, we're like jumping around between different stacks. Creature take damage. Total damage taken. So now 36%. Damage just inflicted. Good. And it says update hit points string. Now it's got 464. Now, where are we going to say this to anybody? Are we going to tell this and update to the Dungeon Master? Let's go bring up the Dungeon Master chat and see what comes out. I'm just going to run it because I think we need to update that. It looks like nothing came out in here. Let's do one more time. Yeah, and I think we'll end the show soon. We'll get everybody over to somebody else on the live coders team. Let me try tidal wave. And so that, oh, but you know what? The other pieces aren't working because we broke signal R because we were in the breakpoint for too long. So let's start that up one more time. Meanwhile, let's get a raid going. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get the targets up. 1, 2, and 11. Target 1, 2, and 11. And so tidal wave, cast the spell. Clear the dice. Okay, bludgeoning. So Benjish and Tanjore should both take half damage. That's Benjish. Good. Good. Run that. And what do we see over here? Anything? So the Dungeon Master just gets this, but doesn't see what the changes in their stats are, how many hit points they have. So we need to do that. And we need to also explain whether they've got immunity or not. That's going to come up that'll be for another show. But not bad. We got some good stuff done today. Let's get that raid going. We'll get you out to, I'm going to send you over to, looks like, let me double check Rambling Geek. Yep. Here we go, kids. All right. Let Rambling Geek know I said hi. I'm going to go get some food. We will see you on Tuesday, where we will pick this up, I think, and take it to just the next level. A little bit of finishing touch polish on this. All right.